Valorant's new agent Mix has been out for a while now, and the hype has finally settled. So let's talk honestly. Was he actually worth it, or is this just another overhyped release? When Mix was first revealed, the reaction was pretty predictable. A controller that can also heal sounds like something that could easily break the game if it's not balanced properly. A lot of people even started comparing him to Sage and assumed he would instantly become meta. But if you've played Valorant for a while, you already know how this goes. Almost every new agent looks overpowered at first, and then a few weeks later, reality kicks in. Now that Mix has been out for some time, we can look at him more realistically. He's not broken, but he's not useless either. He sits in that awkward middle ground, which honestly makes him harder to judge. The biggest issue is that his kit tries to do too many things at once. He can smoke, he can heal, and he has disruptive utility, but none of those feel strong enough to truly stand out. Let's start with his healing. It's useful in slower rounds or when you're trying to recover after taking damage, but it doesn't have the impact of a full reset ability. In most fights, if someone lands a clean headshot, the healing doesn't really change anything. And there's also a frustrating downside. If your timing or positioning is off, you can actually end up healing enemies by mistake. It doesn't happen every game, but when it does, it feels terrible because you're literally helping the other team survive. Now let's talk about his stun. This is probably the most criticized part of his kit. It sounds strong on paper, but in actual matches, it doesn't create consistent value. Players can recover quickly, or sometimes avoid the worst of it completely. On top of that, the stun is surprisingly easy to break or ignore, so instead of forcing enemies out, it often feels like a small inconvenience rather than a real threat. His smokes are solid, they're reliable, easy to use, and they let him function as a proper controller, but they don't give him any unique advantage over other controllers. And when your strongest ability is just standard smokes, it's hard to feel like a must-pick agent. The biggest issue with Mix isn't that he's weak, it's that he depends heavily on team coordination. When your team communicates and actually plays together, his healing and utility can slowly build an advantage over time. But in solo queue, it's a completely different story. Teammates take fights without waiting, push without information, and don't really play around support abilities. In those situations, Mix loses a lot of value. If you compare Mix to other controllers, he doesn't clearly replace any of them. Most controllers bring strong, consistent value for map control and executes. Mix feels more situational, useful, but not essential. That said, Mix is not a bad agent. In coordinated teams, he can actually be very effective. His ability to support teammates and create small advantages adds up over time. He just isn't designed to take over games by himself. So, is Mix worth playing? If you enjoy playing support, thinking strategically, and working with your team, then yes, he's worth learning. But if you want to carry games and dominate fights on your own, there are better options. Mix isn't bad, he's just not built for solo carry. If you liked the video, make sure to like and subscribe. I also make videos on Valorant leaks and updates, so stay tuned for more. I'll see you in the next one.